we are recording. Everything's going. Awesome. Let's do this. Hey there, and welcome to Trivia Ronin. I'm your host, Douglas Larlam. Whether you're joining us live on Zoom or Twitch, or after the fact on YouTube, welcome. We're happy to have you. Quick breakdown of the rules. 1, we're honor code here. You keep your own score. Feel free to cheat. You get nothing. 2, after each question, you'll get 45 seconds to answer. Absolutely do not show your answer until the time is up. 3, if you're watching on Twitch, due to the delay, Lucas, and anyone else who's just tuning in right now, maybe. When you see 5 seconds left on the time clock, go ahead and throw your answer in the chat. That lines up with us live. Tonight there are 30 questions, 1 point each, and a story question at the end worth 10 points. Total of 40 points. Maybe some bonus opportunities sprinkled in. Let's play Trivia Ronin. Question 1. Transition to question 1. Created by Hal Foster in 1937, what Sunday comic has followed the same titular Arthurian character for over 4,000 Sundays? 45 seconds. Arthurian character. And it's Wednesday, so I'm going to tell you right now, I'm taking funny answers almost as equally as I'm taking right answers. Because this is match trivia, so I don't give a shit. We can ruin the sanctity of Trivia Ronin. I'm just stoked you guys came out. And I'm not doing Saturday, so feel free to skip. Fuck Matt. He's doing it. 2, 1, 0. Let's see it. Halding's great guess. Garfield. Dr. Katz. Julia had the best answer, I think. I am going to give a third of a point for Garfield, 100%. Lucas and Lynn both put Garfield. The answer is Prince Valiant. The Arthurian character Prince Valiant has had a cartoon for 4,000 weeks. Question 2. One fad workout in the 90s promised it only took 8 minutes to get you what? Tara, I like your Hera. Your bangs are solid. But you don't care. I think that's pretty good. Yeah. Correct. "12 seconds. 9 seconds. That's that countdown cheer we all did. 3, 2, 1. Show me. A nice, fat, firm ass. Abs. Strong thighs. I hope to God there was just once a video that just full-on ass just says a nice, fat, firm ass. And for sure, it has to be a guy's ass. Not even trying to sell the idea of a woman's ass. It's abs, unless I misspelled ass. Question 3. Prior to the Apollo missions, this is a shitty question. Prior to the Apollo missions, the first attempts by NASA to put man into space were named after this winged foot. He should have put winged. These are Matt's questions, by the way. This winged-footed Roman deity. He's fired. He's done. This guy can't. Automatic braking system. ABS. Well, wait. Is Georgetown Ivy League or is Georgetown just good? Yeah, it's one of those like MIT or Stanford. I to this day I just call Ivy League schools tough schools to get into. I use those interchangeably. Yeah, money, USC, Ivy League. Yep. Remember, we're going for Roman, but I'll give you a half point for Greek. Let's see him. Yeah. Half point for Hermes. Unfortunately, Mercury is the correct answer. Doug's mom is always the correct answer as well. She had a tough day, so we're going to give her a point, but not give it to Tara. Question 4. I don't know how to say this. Can somebody unmute me for a half point? That kind of bread? Injera? Isn't it injera? I don't know. I think it's injera. Injera is a spongy bread used as both a platter and utensil in what cuisine? I'm looking for like a nationality. What areas? Cuisine. I think it's injera, but Hermes and Mercury. We always like doing the Roman names because they get so forgotten here. Big fan of Vulcan. Big fan of Vulcan. That's right. All right, let's see him. Italian, Indian, cheesecake factory. That cheesecake factory, cheesecock factory. The Cheesecake Factory is a half point. Ethiopian is a full point. Ethiopian's 2 points for getting that shit right. I'm giving you. That's the most pleasant, sad thing I've ever heard in my life. But also beautiful. Also beautiful. History won't keep you alive. Question 5. This branch of physics, when I say branch, I mean something you write before the word physics. This branch of physics deals with the behavior of atomic and subatomic particles and was also in a Bond movie title. It's just a kind of physics. No, I want the kind of physics. Got to explain time travel? Boom, add this word. Welcome to the MCU. Great. For all of the times I hate his questions, the next question I love. 2-1-0. Yep. Yeah. Yes. Sorry, that's 4 too many H's. We were looking for A-H-H-H-H. The answer is quantum. Quantum physics. Quantum. It's like quantum solace physics. Lucas got it. Question 6. His birth last name, I'm going to say surname. It's better. He should have said surname. His birth surname was Little, and he was Malik el-Shabazz at the time of his assassination, but history remembers him by what? Admittedly, this is a good question. He should have used the word surname. And I know he should have because I would have. And if I would have, clearly. My favorite group of regulars. Did you just shush me? Alright. Three, 2, 1, 0. What do we got? Stuart. The fuck? Oh, Stuart Little. That's bananas. 3 different people wrote Stuart Little. I have to give a half point for Stuart Little just for being the most common terrible answer. Malcolm Sex I'm giving a 1.5 because it's Malcolm X and the right way to say it is Malcolm Sex. But a half point to everyone who wrote Stuart Little. You know what, Tara? Take a half. That's that guy with a bunch of cool names. I mean, I can't get angry at that. It's true. It's certainly true. Question 7. A tailor is a non-gendered term for anyone who alters garments. What is the gendered term for someone who makes clothes? What is someone who makes clothes? Not someone who alters them. I would like the male and female. I'll give 2 points if you can do male and female. Certainly the female name, more popular, more common. And now I'm going to talk for anyone who can't think of it. I'm just going to keep talking like Matt does so you don't have a chance to think because he just keeps talking the whole time through the whole question so you can't write anything down. Lucas, you get a point for sure. All right, let's see them. We got seamstress. We got female fashion designer, male fashion designer. Hey, no, never mind. I'm sorry. A wife. Oh, that's nailed it. That's nailed it territory. Seamstress and Lucas put seaman is the man version, but seamster is the actual. All right, I'm gonna ask Emily, who didn't cross it out. Does Lynn get points for crossing out the correct answer? Okay, I think that's fair. All right, everybody who can hear me right now gets a point for anything they think they should have gotten one. Question 8. Occidental is the Latin term referring to Western countries. What is the corresponding term for the East/Far East? 45 seconds. Occidental is a Latin term referring to Western countries. What's the corresponding term for the East? 2 points for the next question. You know the term. It's offensive. Lynn, are you putting together your best round yet on Trivia Ronin? Let's see him. Yep. Ooh, accidental. That's a good. Silver Lake. The east side. Doesn't get any further east than Silver Lake. Oriental is the correct answer. Like, that's the problem. Yeah. My questions are garbage. Yeah. By a lot better than me. I need to start reading his questions, I think, is the problem. Question 9. For 2 points. He wrote for 2 point. For 2 points. What play... I wrote that. Fuck. What... I corrected it. Damn it. What playwright's 2 most famous absurdist works were originally written in French despite the author being Irish? That is a very Matt question. That's why I just made 2 points. For 2 points, what playwright's 2 most famous absurdist works were originally written in French? We don't need the works, we need the playwright, despite the author being Irish. Oh, I gotta show you guys a picture of Matt for his shoot. You will love it so much that I'm gonna show it to you right now. Yeah, Matt wins the night more than anyone else. All right, time's up. Let's see it. Oscar Wilde is that's a great guess. George Bernard Shaw, great guess. I want to like give you guys a point just cuz, but Matt no way would because he thinks everyone's supposed to know who. Show it. Transition. There we go. Who Samuel Beckett is. I could not name a Samuel Beckett. I mean, I know Samuel Beckett existed. I wouldn't have. That's the kind of thing I would have looked up for sure when I wrote the question. Hemingway's a good guess, but also wrong. But rock that mullet. Question 10 and the last question of round 1. Speaking of, the Beckett Guide has been released annually since 1984, which lists the market prices for what type of memorabilia? What type of memorabilia has its values listed in the Beckett Guide? Which I believe comes out once a month. Or it used to. And start tallying. I did it wrong. Damn it. Thought I could do that quickly. All right, let's see them. Theater memorabilia. Whoa. Baseball sports is correct. And just knowing Matt, you'd assume it's theater, but it's actually sports cards. Let's hop right into it. The late David Foster Wallace's magnum opus is an over 1,000-page tome, including footnotes, with what Hamlet-inspired name? 45 seconds on the clock. The late David Foster Wallace's magnum opus is an over 1,000-page tome, including footnotes, with what Hamlet-inspired name? Tara, if you get this right, we're going to get you into the positive numbers. Yeah. We're going to give you 3.5 points for getting this right. Yeah. In fact, that is the real question is the question within the question. How does one answer what is a tome? I'll tell you what, David Foster Wallace loved him. That I can tell you. Big in the tome game. Now the time's up. Wow. Infinite Jest. What's a tome? Conspiracy of Dunces. It's Infinite fucking Jest. Do you just know that? That's incredible. Oh, very cool. I mean, it's a very famous book. I know a lot of like smart people read that. It's just like, that's one of those like yeah, it's that was the one question you get like your Slumdog on, where it's like life provided you an answer. Nice. Question 12: What American chain seafood restaurants beloved for its distinctly non-seafood based Cheddar Bay biscuits? 45 seconds. I've never seen Tara so excited to get a question. You've seen people fist pump, she foot pumps. What American chain seafood restaurant is beloved for its distinctly non-seafood based Cheddar Bay biscuits? Polonius. That's for the last one, I think. I don't think that's for this one. Eight seconds. Thumbs up if you don't know. Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Yep. Red fucking Lobster is correct. Red Lobster. Bravo. Ghirardelli is very wrong, Lucas. That's not even close. Ghirardelli Cheddar Bay biscuits. Question 13. But how about you spelled Ghirardelli correctly to only make that the wrong answer? Question 13. What famed American author once claimed his initials stood for juvenile delinquent? Actually, you know what, Lucas? 2 points for Ghirardelli. Just bravo. Just the perfectly incorrect answer. Did anybody listen to any punk music this week? Any punk music at all? No? I was going to give you a point. All right. Weezer? I'll give you a point for Weezer. Well, the question was this week. Maybe the question will be next week. Weezer gets you a point. J.D. Salinger, J.D. Salinger, J.D. Salinger, just Doug. All right, 5 points for Tara. That's obvious. That's pretty easy. Lucas put Jackson Dalek, which is just the wrong art form. You've chosen the play on words is not even for someone who writes. They almost perform the opposite of writing. But you don't know. So, there's your answer. I didn't show the answer. Let's show that first. J.D. Salinger, yeah. Question 14. What nation is split in two by the Cook Strait? Little geography. Do. Bad EDM in my ears. I feel like I'm playing a Nintendo Golf. What nation is split in two by the Cook Strait? Three, two, one. Nya. Anyone? Chad, no. Ireland, no. North and South Dakota. Yep, the famous American Strait. Splitting those countries. I'll give you a third of a point for the Dakotas. Yemen, also wrong, but they do have salmon fishing there. I know for a fact. Question 15. Oh, wait. And the answer is New Zealand. It's the newest Zealand, guys. Question 15. Who, when named in 1989 at age 59, still remains the oldest man to be named sexiest alive by People magazine? The wording jumps around. I feel like there are about 5 missing commas. Who, when named in 1989 at age 59, still remains the oldest man to be named sexiest alive by People magazine? Throw in an Oxford comma for the fuck of it. At the age of 59, somebody in 1989 was named the world's sexiest man alive. That person is still the oldest to be named that. Who was that? I'll tell you my guess, and I'll tell you it's wrong. I thought it was Robert Redford. So, if you write Robert Redford, you're wrong. Or are you? Fucking toying with you guys. Fucking toying with you. Yep. Yeah, Lucas, in 1989, George Clooney was 60 years old. All right, let's see it. Paul Newman's a great guess. I thought that was my other one. I can't. Warren Beatty's another great guess. Probably a little young. Sean Connery is the correct answer. Bravo. I'm going to give you 2 points for knowing Sean Connery. Bravo. That's a tough guess. Unless you knew it 100%, that's a tough guess. Cookie Monster, we're doing answers in with 5 seconds left. Throw them in the chat. But we will be doing them on an app in the future. But also subscribe, and we play like 3 times a week. Welcome. The answer is Sean. I should have said that with my face on screen. Nah, not a good sales pitch putting my face on screen. 2-pointer. Name the 2 female prime ministers that have previously led the United Kingdom. Lynn. That is true. Yeah. You went way out of your way to make sure we knew you don't know a lot about the UK. Yeah, Cookie Monster, go ahead and throw in the chat. When you see about 5-10 seconds left, it's fine. You can feel free to cheat. Nobody cares. We just want you to have a good time. I suspect Lucas is cheating, which is why he answered a writer question with Jackson Dalek. And who has Cheddar Bay Biscuits? Ghirardelli. Let's see it. Did I ever click the time? I hope I did. Probably true. Sue Bird and Megan Rapinoe is definitely a point. Margaret Thatcher will give you a point for that. Of course, Margaret Thatcher. The other answer is Theresa May. Theresa May. If you knew the answer but couldn't think of it, give yourself a half a point. I'm just awesome. Question 17. What is the state bird of Louisiana? I have probably asked this question twice, and it only took this long for Matt to get to this question. I think I even showed it in Wayla once and said, what state is this the state bird for? And Julia got off the stream from Louisiana. Live longer, Lucas. Lucas wants to know where one learns these things. Nailed it, Cookie Monster. Let's see him. Fried chicken. That specific bird. We have 2 bird drawings. You guys are splitting a point. Crane is a good guess. Also wrong. At least that one is a bird that's definitely located there. The brown pelican is correct. Lucas thinks ostrich. I'll be honest, not many birds could beat a pelican in a fight, but an ostrich is one of them, so I feel like you kind of win. Question 18. On Monday, Nick Saban won a record 7th NCAA football national championship. What? Yeah. Did I say on Sunday? On Monday. Anyway, what team does he coach? 45 seconds. What school? I don't need all of that. All that jazz. Are any, I know my followers do not follow sports for the most part. Does anybody not have a clue who Nick Saban coaches? That's so lovely. He's the most dominant coach in like the history of the sport. And I know that my people don't know sports, and I love that about my trivia. I love it. I adore that. I've put questions up that I thought for sure everybody would know, and they don't, and I love that. I tell you what, Chris, I'll tell you this. If you, while everyone's showing me, if you write down the 3 other teams he was a head coach for, I'll give you 3 more points. Yes. The School of Hard Knocks. Yeah. I mean, actually, if you met Nick Saban, I would say definitely not. Football is correct, Lucas. Well done. Alabama Crimson Tide is the answer, but LSU, Michigan State, and the Miami Dolphins, 3 points additional for Chris Chasen. 4 points for him. Big round of applause to Chris for getting that. But yes, the Alabama Crimson Tide is the answer. Question 19 coming to the end of round 2. What website began in 1989 as a Usenet post listing actresses with beautiful eyes? A Usenet post. Does anybody remember Usenet? What website began in 1989 as a Usenet post listing actresses with beautiful eyes? And if you're thinking to yourself, could it be that one? It is. It's so amazing how you could go to so many places in this country and knowing who Nick Saban is a religion. And I love that I can ask, like, who is this Hall of Famer? You know, oh, I love that. Let's see it. Craig like eyes, that is true. Hot or Not is a really good guess. Zoom, no. IMDb, no. Lucas put OnlyFans. It is IMDb. Internet Movie Database. Emily, big move, making big moves on people right now. Question 20, end of round 2. Within 5 degrees, at what temperature are the Fahrenheit and Celsius scales the same? This is tough. Should have been 2 points. When I saw it, I was like, I was well over 20 away. 45 seconds on the clock. I'll say this. Remember that degrees go, this isn't Kelvin. Degrees go less than 0. It is less than 0. There's my 30-second hint. Cookie Monster, if you're still with us, and you're not, we will be doing Wayla next, but we're going to take a 3-minute break after this one. So now you have that information. All right. What do we got? Oh, man. Everybody's so close. It's -40. I can't give you the... Matt doesn't want you to have joy. Okay, this is Wayla. Wayla's What Are You Looking At? Which is basically going to be images and questions based on that. Look for a through theme. The through theme tonight's going to get you an extra point. You guys are close, so I'm not going to give people like 5 points for it. Look for the through theme. And we also have some more Rebus puzzles to close things out. So, question. So I just got one person like fuck, and then another person like yes, all with that information. Yeah. All right. Question 1. Who's this? Check, check. No. Lucas, I'm still... You say I muted myself. I'm spiking on my microphone. Can you not hear me? Let me know. Ten seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. What do we got? Lindsay Lohan, good guess. Bombshell hottie, we'd all like to. The girl who tried to shove me in a trash can in middle school. Tiffany Trump, I believe Lynn and Emily are both correct. It is Tiffany Trump, and I'm fairly certain she tried to shove Lynn into a trash can in middle school. That's weird, 30 seconds. Well, Lucas, I've never said anything important, so if I cut out for 30 seconds, it's probably benefiting you. Question 2, who's that? The show is Insecure. Getting shoved in middle school, getting shoved into a trash can. Is it going to involve you getting shoved into a trash can? Because I think it's not going to eliminate his desire to... Oh. Yeah, I can see that. No, I mean, you have beautiful teeth. I think that's a compliment. 210. Yep. Yep. A great fucking writer is correct. Give yourself a point. I don't know, but I want to be here. It's Issa Rae. What character is this? I know. I fucking know. I'm going to give you 10 points, Tara. Just for being prepared. I think Tara just jumped into the lead because she wore a shirt. I'm going to say 2 points is, or two words is correct. I'd like you to write 3 words if you could add the first name. Yeah, see, Lucas knows. Yeah, I was going to, yeah. For the through line's sake, I need the first word as well. Let's see it. Uh-huh. 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 I don't think Tara knew it. All right. It is Little Bo Peep or Bo Peep. Lady Bo Peep. Milady Bo Peep. Does anybody know this anime? Just recently released on Netflix. Very popular. Not popular like Naruto popular, but like popular anime popular. Can't wait to see if anybody gets the next one. 2, 1, 0. Let's see it. Digimon, no. The kind Doug watches, yes, but not enough nudity. Not Avatar. One Piece is what this is called. If there were 30 of you, one of you would have gotten it. But just know that it is One Piece. What movie? I wish I knew the year. I'm going to say 2007. What 2007 maybe movie was this from? That is Will Ferrell, Danny McBride, somebody, and a chimpanzee person. And a Tyrannosaurus Rex. How about there was a 50-50 chance whether or not Tara would be wearing a shirt that had a T-Rex or Toy Story on it? Or Sylvester Stallone. I don't have a picture of Sylvester Stallone. There it is. See, she gets it. Admittedly, that's a Velociraptor, but yeah. Let's see it. Why wouldn't you have that? Obviously. Wow, we got it. Some people got it. Parody of Lost World. It was Land of the Lost, which was not a parody of the Lost World. It was just a remake of the old Land of the Lost. But, good guess. Land of the Lost. You got the word Journey to the Center of the Earth. Again, good guess. Land of the Lost. Yes, sorry. Move on. Move on, Doug. And what is this emoji for? What is that emoji? I believe after this is going to be Rebus puzzles. So Can anybody come up with the message I put? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see it. Excrement. What Doug's poop will never be. Happy. The poop emoji. Yeah. Triumph the insult dog. Yeah. Trump is a piece of shit. You're so close. It is actually Trump is a piece of shit. Bravo! 3 points for figuring out the secret message. Trump is a piece of shit. Bravo. Or maybe now we know, based on your previous history, Tiffany Trump is a piece of shit. It's the word of, piece of shit is in there, and then technically it's a little piece of shit because of Little Bo Peep. I'm giving her the full points for getting that. Okay. Trump is a little piece of shit. Next, I just wanted to say it one more time. Bravo, Lynn. Give yourself 3 points for that. And the Rebus puzzle. 45 seconds on the clock. Tara, you need to pay attention to these because I like seeing your reactions when you figure them out. You have one of the strongest reactions to Rebus puzzle figuring. Chocolate froyo emoji. Six seconds. Two, 1, 0. Yep. The joke divided by you. Joke is on you. Next. 45 seconds. Please, 45 seconds. There we go. 45 seconds. Joke went over your head. That's close. I'll give you a third of a point, Lucas. It's a tight competition for who's going to win as the one person on Twitch. This one's tougher. I really liked mine this week. They're tougher. What are those two people doing? Let's see it. Anyone? Pushed end to end. I'll give you pushed end to end. Teamwork. End to end, I'm going to give you half a point because the real answer is making ends meet. They're making ends meet, guys. Next. One more after this, so you can start tallying your scores. I'll make the next one worth 2. Yeah, Lucas, you got it, buddy. 3, 2, 1. What do we got? Yep. I before E, except after C is the only proper answer. We'll give you a half point for that. Before and after is correct. Before and after. And 2 points for this one. That's just I got it really quickly. I showed someone else and they were like, I have no idea. And I went, oh, maybe that's an interesting one. Lynn, I know you're struggling with this one. Really concentrate. Hey, good job, Lucas. Wow. You know, for being a 21-year-old or 20-year-old idiot, you're pretty smart sometimes. 2, 1, 0. Let's see him for 2 points. Yep. Julia's marriage. I'm going to give you 2 points for that as well. Definitely going to give you 2 points. I'm also going to give you another point when Julia confronts you about that answer. All right, so 2 points to Chris for sure. Perfect. Red herring is a better pun, I would say, frankly. I would say. I'm not sure it's a better answer than Julia's marriage. But red herring was the one I was looking for. Bravo. And the stop sign. Let's get some totals, guys. So a lot of people don't talk about the 30 Years' War. They don't talk about how crazy and bad it was. World War I, to put into perspective, killed 1.7% of the world population. But they had planes and tanks and artillery and jeeps and shit. They had rifles. With muskets and hand-to-hand combat, the 30 Years' War killed 1.4% of the world's population. Almost the same amount of death with people like strangling each other. It was a terrible, terrible thing. I'm going to talk about the funniest story to come out of the 30 Years' War. So, in the first half of the war, it was all about religion. Protestants versus Catholics. That's the whole reason for it. But nearing the second half of the war, it became very obvious to the leaders of Europe that it was going to be about politics moving forward. It was not going to be about... In fact, certain countries who had opposite religious beliefs joined forces. That's how political it got, because they were worried about the balance of powers shifting too greatly one direction or the other. We're going to talk about Gustavus Adolphus. Gustavus Adolphus was the leader and war hero of a country. The question's going to be what country. So if you know what country Gustavus Adolphus led, just write it down. You got it. Gustavus Adolphus was a war hero. For 15 years, he had been going into war around Europe, but not as part of the 30 Years' War. He had just been in battles leading his men to victory. He was beloved, and he was king and of a country, and of what else? Obviously, he was a king of a country. In 1628, this is when it gets funny. He realizes we've got a military presence on land, but our navy needs a lot of work. And right at this time, they started making battleships for the first time around the world. They weren't really doing that. They were still making what you might call like a long ship, a smaller ship that they could make many of them and pull up to the side of boats and get on them from there. But so he said he wanted to have a battleship that would strike fear into the enemies, into the eyes of the enemies when it came over the horizon. And he enlisted a shipmaker who had never made a battleship, had been making these smaller ships. And the guy was like, I mean, okay, I guess I can just make a bigger ship. I'll get right to work. How long is it going to take? And he goes, well, for something that size, I think I would need this, this, this. And he goes, oh, that's going to take too long. Let's just add on to one of the ships we've already started to build to make this giant battleship. And it was huge. It was 226 feet long. It was called the the Vasa, and it was painted. It had ornate bronze work all over the place. It was supposed to carry 32 cannons. It carried 64 cannons. Here's the thing. Because they didn't know what they were doing, when you have a ship that is a certain size and it's small, you sort of cut the bottom at this angle, but when it's big, you cut it at this angle. But they didn't change the bottom of it, so it was very tall and pointy at the bottom instead of this broadened bottom, so it made it really unstable. So what they had to do was ballast the fuck out of it and weigh it down so heavily it wouldn't tip. But that dropped the cannon windows just above sea level. The ports for the doors to open up to shoot the guns. And they put too many cannons on it. It had this super ornate lion head on it. They told stories on the side. They wanted it to be the most feared ship on the ocean. When it was leaving harbor for the very first time, it opened up its cannon doors, it fired a salute to the king, and 10 minutes later, it got hit by a gust of wind, tipped to the side where the cannon doors were open, brought in water, and 5 minutes later, it was on the bottom of the ocean in the harbor. The Vasa, which was supposed to be the greatest battleship ever from this country, ended up keeping this country from being able to get into the 30 Years' War by 2 years because they were like, oh, we don't know shipbuilding. An investigation went out. Whose fault was this? And it came back, to his credit, the king. And Gustavus was like, we don't need to lay blame on anyone. I mean, obviously, we're just going to move on from this. He didn't get angry or any. I mean, he was obviously angry. Here's the crazy part. Because the waters were so cold and so little oxygen in that area, it stayed perfectly pristine at the bottom of the ocean. And in 1961, they brought it back to the surface. In fact, 95% of the original ship still intact when they raised it from the harbor floor. To this day, because of that super fuck up, one of the most ornate builts ever built is not lost to time. We have it perfectly recreated, and it's the only 17th century ship we still have to this day. All because of that, and it's widely regarded as probably the most beautiful ship of the time ever built. Ever in that time. I used two qualifiers and I shouldn't do that. My question to you is this. What country was the Vasa a battleship for? And I will tell you this, the harbor that it sailed out of was going to be sailing into the Baltic. 45 seconds on the clock. What country was Gustavus II Adolphus the king of? And what harbor, not harbor, but what country's harbor? Tara just fucked off. She did not know the answer. Six seconds. Anybody's game. If anybody guesses right. 2-1-0. What do we got? We got Spain. We got Sweden. Lynn? With a guess? Was that a Tetris shape? Turkey? Is that Turkey? Greece? Might be Greece. I don't know. A lot of squiggles. Lucas and Emily with Sweden got it correct. Can you believe that shit? Emily, with her third, I want it on the record, her third win of Trivia Ronin. And Lucas, I'm going to assume your first win, with a score of 30.5 points. Big round of applause for Team Emily. Big round of applause for all of you guys. By the way, bottom of my heart, I do appreciate you guys coming out on a Wednesday. I'm going to close up shop and then we're going to chat. Thanks. That's going to do it for tonight. Thank you so much for your support as we try to grow this experience. It's totally in the script to say that. It doesn't make it any less true for all of us here at Trivia Ronin. I'm Douglas Laurel. I'm saying don't be shitty, and I hope you learned something. Lucas, yes, you did win. Good night. We'll see you on Friday.